teams are there in the Premiership with a realistic chance of finishing the season as champions. Leeds United and Manchester City are two clubs with the will and the wherewithal to make a title challenge, but both start the day 8 points off the early pace. Howard Wilkinson fields 5 of the team that won the league in 1992. Tony DeRigo and Gordon Strachan are recovering from surgery at the moment. Chris Fairclough is back today as the midfield anchor. There's no Phil Masinga because of injury. Noel Whelan and Brian Dean lead the attack. The depth of the Manchester City squad will be tested today. Walsh, Rosler, Curl and Edgehill have all cried off during the last week. So whereas Brian Horton was sport for choice in attack, he now has to draft in 20-year-old AD Mike to partner Niall Quinn, who himself is feeling his way back from a long layoff. Terry Holbrook is the man in charge. Both clubs have had a flirtation with relegation during the last couple of years, both happily setting their sights towards the top again, but both still in search of that extra gear which will take them up there amongst the main contenders. Ian Brightwell playing at the heart of the Manchester City defence, and Chris Fairclough playing at the heart of the Leeds midfield. Peter Beagrie, Terry Phelan, who never needs a second invitation to get forward. It's in towards Quinn. Oh, it was a decent chance too. Less than a minute gone. Really good service from one Irish World Cup star to another Irish international who would love to have been a part of the World Cup, Niall Quinn. Been mainly substitute this season after 10 months out with a very serious knee injury. Kelly to McAllister. Now Speed. Wallace. Andy Hill making sure that it doesn't reach Dean. The price to be paid is a Leeds United corner. Lost his place to Richard Edgehill, the youngster, last week, but Edgehill is one of Manchester City's flu victims this week. Ooh, and Palmer managed to sneak in behind Mike. And it'll be a corner on the other side of the field. You'd hardly lose Carlton Palmer in the penalty area melee, could you? Speed was closing in, but Bonk just managed to reach it. Wallace. Towards Whelan. Bonk up into the air. Coton punches. Headed by Weatherall. Header away by Bonk. Michel Bonk, the big Dutchman, had the last word there. A couple of sights of goal for Leeds United. David Weatherall denied. Nigel Worthington with the corner kick. Palmer beyond the far post has won it again. Dean trying the overhead. It was Weatherall who got in there. There's so many tall players on the field today. There's bound to be some fascinating aerial contests. Summerby. That's inviting for Quinn, but Lukic made it his own. Goalkeepers have got to take responsibility against centre-forwards of the stature of Quinn and Dean at the other end. Here is Dean. Wallace. Away by Brightwell. Oh, and they've got to be careful with his clearances, both goalkeepers, because if Quinn or Dean are bearing down on you, there's not too much room for error. There's a handball as it happened there. Bonk only as far as McAllister. Whelan! Caught it so well. Noel Whelan, rapidly developing talent. Instinctive shot, but a great piece of skill. Watched it carefully, set himself well, and forced the save from Coton. Andy Hill. Niall Quinn. Nicky Summerby. Hill towards Mike. Leeds were looking for offside, no question of that. It's a corner kick instead. Eddie Mike making only his 5th start in the Premiership. The last of them was here last December. Summerby's corner. Header away by Whelan. Brightwell trying to turn it back in. It's come only for Wallace. Not much happening ahead of him. Only Gary Kelly. Maybe all Leeds will need. He's very, very quick. Now he's got support. Now he's got support. Here's Whelan. Oh! End-to-end magic from Leeds United. To Noel Whelan, the plaudits of the crowd, but to Gary Kelly, so much credit. Kelly just kept on going. And when the cavalry eventually arrived, he knew where the best placed player was, and that best placed player was Noel Whelan. 4 goals already this season for a young man who supported Leeds from the terraces. Kelly. Only as far as Vonk, only as far as Speed. Wallace. Speed. Wallace. McAllister. Nice so far. Dean. Good save by Coton. Whelan maybe. Hill was all over him and managed to get in a blocking challenge, and Manchester City have escaped with a goal kick. Lovely, slick Leeds United move. Gary McAllister setting up the chance for Brian Dean. Smart save by Coton. And Whelan still had a side of goal, but the angle wasn't good. In the end, neither was the ricochet. Charged down by Wallace. Lomas surrounded, and he's given it straight to Wallace. Not quite sure what he had in mind. Gary Speed will pick up the pieces. McAllister. Rumford McMahon. Well, Gary McAllister is conjuring up all manner of things, but the angle there was mission impossible. One for Quinn to chase. Summerby trying to get up with him. Mike's there too. Here's Flitcroft. Summerby. Palmer's tackle. Steve Lomas. Well, it's I think a misdirected cross, and forced a very good save from John Lukic. He can't have expected to have had to make that kind of stop. He was just dipping under the crossbar. Beagrie towards Quinn. Weatherall blocking out the light at the near post. Rod Wallace on the break. Gary Speed making a break to his left. Gary Kelly to his right. Here goes Kelly. A little bit short of support for now. Bob couldn't get it away. Whelan was in there, and again! Terry Phelan just managed to help it over the crossbar. Noel Whelan denied a second. Gary Kelly was again the provider, but Terry Phelan, who ran to Kelly there, then got back behind his goalkeeper. Player who actually started his career as a Leeds United player, and he and Coton both got a touch. Nigel Worthington has come across to take the swan. Weatherall is on the near post. It's right down the throat of Tony Coton. Just kept Manchester City in the game, you feel there. Still very much a factor whilst it remains at 1-0. Kelly. Towards Dean. Worthington providing good support. Noel Whelan, chested down beautifully for Gary Speed. Deserved better, really. Speed has got as good an eye for goal as any midfield player. But beautifully set up by Noel Whelan. Good use of the chest. Speed's first touch was pretty good. His idea was right, but he didn't miss by much. Owen Quinn might make something of that off Weatherall. Good, brave goalkeeping by John Lukic. Quinn had to go for it. Leeds appealed for handball against Noel Quinn, but he charged it down honestly enough and almost made an opening from which to rescue something. Lukic has given this one straight to Griffiths, and Palmer got back with a really well-timed challenge. And Leeds United, who've looked as comfortable as you can with a one-goal lead, are trying to commit suicide in the last 5 minutes. Kelly's steaming forward even at this late stage. It's Whelan. Now Kelly. Now Wallace. McAllister. Speed. Deflected. Oh! Off the underside of the crossbar. And Manchester City's faint hopes live on. Not much in it. Tony Coton just managed to keep it on his side of the line with considerable help from his crossbar, although the deflection was unkind in the first place. Wallace. Whelan. Kelly. Stoppage time. Header away by McMahon. McAllister, he'll have a go. Charged down by McMahon. Came off speed. Whelan has turned right well, and that is that. Noel Whelan seals the Leeds United victory that has owed so much to his blossoming talent. A little fortunate to get the break off Gary Speed, but he used his body well to turn Ian Bright well, and the shot was inch perfect. "19 years of age. Manchester City were always in the game when it was 1-0, but they just haven't been able to mount sufficient threat really to Leeds in this second half. And it's the form book result. Leeds remain a force to reckon with here at Ellen Road, and the future looks bright whilst young players like Noel Whelan continue to develop. His contribution, along with that of Weatherall and Kelly, outstanding. Manchester City's flimsy away form remains their Achilles heel, and of these two fringe candidates, Leeds United look the more likely title contenders today. Winners by 2 goals to 0.